Alright, boys and girls, several months ago I had an issue in the DeathTrap. I was going down the road and it started raining. I turned the wipers on, they started doing their thing, and about a mile later it stopped raining, so I turned them off. But the wipers were like, no thank you, we're having too much fun, we'll keep dancing out front. So whenever I got to where I was going, I had to literally turn the truck off when the wiper blades were in the right spot. Then I pulled the fuse out. Now I will say that several years ago I had a similar problem with the Graduate. The problem with the Graduate wipers was the fact that the park sensor or park relay or whatever it's called in the wiper motor was bad. Apparently it was a known issue because 20 years ago, one of the previous owners went ahead and bought a new one. And I know that because I found it in a cubby hole behind the seat. And the shipping date was 20 years ago. So apparently he bought the part and just didn't install it. So I soldered it in. Wipers are fine on the Graduate. But we have to take into consideration that that might not be the same problem on the DeathTrap. Simply put, problem could be in the steering column, in the wiring, in the switch. We don't know yet. But I got a pretty good idea of how we can find out. I went out back to my little hoarding area and found this. And this is a wiper motor for an S10. Now, I have no clue if this wiper motor works. I honestly don't even know what vehicle it came off of, or if maybe I just brought it back from the junkyard when I did the wiper modifications on the stupid truck. I don't know. But we're gonna try it out, see if A, does this motor work? And if it does it stop when it's supposed to stop? Because if it doesn't, then we got to figure out, is it because both of these motors have the same problem? Or is it because the DeathTrap has switch issues or wiring issues? Let's see what we can do. Alright, first thing we're going to do is unhook the wiring from the existing motor, which fortunately has a squeeze clip rather than one that you've got to pull with a screwdriver. That does not always make it easy, especially if it's been several years since it's been taken out, but there it is. Alright, so there's your clip. You squeeze down right there, just so that you know what I'm talking about. It goes in this connector spot, and the clip connects, let's see, I'm too close, I think. Anyway, it's got a little hold down there. So, let's pull some of that slack. And then, let's see if A, this motor works, and B, if it works properly. Alright, wipers are off. Motor is not running. And motor is not running at all. It keeps wanting to run, but I guess not. So, got to find another wiper motor. Alright, two things. When this originally happened, it wasn't that big a deal. But now we're dealing with a tropical depression. Seems to be a little more important to have wipers. I mean, it's raining every time you turn around now. So, there's that. And two, I am fully aware that this did not need to be an independent video. It was not intended to be. But apparently my memory sucks, which honestly we already knew that. But I don't remember where that motor came from. And if we're being honest, it's got hints of primer on it, which tells me it may have come off the stupid truck. It may have been bad from the beginning. I don't know. Anyway, I ain't got $100 to throw at that truck right now, so we're probably gonna throw some more Rain-X on it, and we'll revisit this when we come up with a motor. Because I ain't about to go out there in the rain to go look for another wiper motor on another vehicle. When it ain't raining, I'll be glad to, but that's a job for me tomorrow. Peace, love, and mini trucks.